Hello everyone and good day to you, and we are back with part 2 of the side quest and the seeding process for Dungeon Crusade. Thank you for rejoining me, and I apologize about what I said in the beginning of the part 1 to this. My memory card just flaked out twice, so I formatted it and we're going good now, so let's get back to this. So I do apologize about that, but in a way I'm kind of glad that happened, because I really want to dedicate some time to the seeding process. It's not very hard, but I think this is, where we could just take this video and show people, here's how to seed the dungeon. Again, it's not very hard. So we're going to pick up where we left off. And I'm going to talk about that misconception. Here's our magic orb here with all those tokens that you saw me throw in there, and yes, I grabbed those 2 that were over there. So we're going to discuss now how to seed the dungeon and what I recommend. So when you begin the seeding process, and this is in the rule book, I highly recommend to start at the bottom left of your dungeon, okay? And we're going to get into how to do this, but let me show you the pattern. Remember the quadrants. We're talking about quadrants a lot. A 6 by 6 square area of a dungeon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up, or when you do this, you're going to go up. When you get to the very top, you're just going to shift over to this quadrant. Remember, you're going to look for empty chambers. Okay, then you're going to come back down this way to these 6. When you get here, just going to shift over. And remember, 6 by 6 quadrants right up here, and you're going to look for empty chambers, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like it goes down, up, kind of like zigzags like that. And here we are back at the tomb of St. Viticus, north and south. So what we're going to do is, just like I said, we're going to go up and we're going to look for those empty chambers. And once you do this a few times, it's like you have it. Okay, so notice right here at the cesspool north and south, we have some empty chambers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to position like this, because over here in the ruins of Daggereth, in this area, there are a few chambers. So let me get our magic orb here, and let's discuss seeding the dungeon. Okay, I actually repositioned it. So we have a chamber here in the cesspool south quadrant, and right here up in the cesspool north we have 2, and then over here in the ruins of Daggereth there are 2. The big misconception is this: the official way to seed the dungeon is, we're going to reach into your bag, mug, or magic orb. We're going to pull 1 token out. You are permitted to look at these tokens. The misconception was people thought that they had to flip over like the monster tokens, the empty chamber, and you couldn't look at those. You can do that for an extra challenge, but I would highly suggest getting acclimated to this game before doing that. But when you pull these tokens out, it's open knowledge, or open information. Okay, so just like this, and I'm glad this came up so we can see that's a level 4 champion monster. Where is our first empty chamber? Well, right here in the cesspool south. You're simply going to place that there. See how that works? And again, like I said, during the seeding process, you're always going to, these chambers will always be populated by different monsters and the secret rooms and the crates and all of that. So it's always randomly generated. So we're going to move up now to this area of the cesspool north. We're going to reach back in to our magic orb, and I hope a crate comes out. And look at it. Okay, so what you're going to do is this. Remember, this is a master token. So what you're going to do is you're going to place this in the cesspool north chamber. See, I did that right there. But here's the thing: you need another token in there. So anytime you pull a crate out, that has to be, a monster token, a mystery chamber, an empty chamber, or the secret room. So we're going to reach in again, and hopefully another crate token comes out so I could show you this. Okay, secret room, perfect. Remember, master token, double-sided, same image. We're going to place that in this chamber. So right there you can see there's a secret room, and within the secret room there's a chamber. And it's kind of cool how the crates pop up. You're going to see them pop up like in empty chambers, but maybe there's that level 4 and there's a crate in there. So let's go up here and do this again. I want to show you if another one comes up. So we're gonna reach back in and randomly pull one out, and okay, it's an empty chamber. We're gonna place that there. So this area is done. So remember our pattern, we're gonna go up, come over, and there's the spider lair. And if you remember, that's where that onyx key is that Baron Whitmore lost. We're gonna come down, we have some empty chambers. We're gonna populate them. And I'm going to reach over here into the magic orb, pull one out. It's a monster token. Okay, so it's a level 3. So look at that. We have a level 3 champion monster over here, and right next to it over here is a level 4. Okay, we're gonna move on over to this chamber. Pull one out randomly. Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna probably do this demo so you know. So of course we would put in a crate token here. Now, here's the big rule, and it's very simple. And I'm gonna pull this out purposely. So remember, if there's a crate, we have to populate it with another type of token besides a crate. So let's say we pulled out another crate token, right? You were gonna set this aside to place back in your bag, mug, or orb. You're gonna have to draw until you have another type of token. So I'm just gonna set this over to the side. I'm gonna reach back in. And on the event, I'm gonna cheat a little bit so I can show you. Okay, so I reached back in, guess what? I have another crate. Put that one aside with the other one. I'm gonna reach in again. Okay, a secret room. So we're gonna place that with the crate. So it's another secret room with a crate within it. But let's say that was an empty chamber. You know, you're gonna put an empty chamber there. My point is, once that you have, you know, like one token, a secret room or the mystery chamber or a monster token, empty chamber, that is done. Okay, do you see how that works? All right, so now that that is done, remember the 2 crate tokens? We're gonna simply place those back into our magic orb, like that. So let's go over and continue the seeding process, but hopefully you got that from this. It's very simple, but remember, you always can look at those when you pull them out. It's open information. Okay, let's move over to the next set of empty chambers. And actually, let's just do that pattern like I was showing you, just so you know. So again, here we are, we just populated that, right? So we're gonna come down, Chamber of Kings. Nope, that has tokens. That's set. Over here in the Pit of Darkness, that's set. The Ancient Depths, and remember, that's that Baron Whitmore. That's where those wine bottles are, the sparkling cherry jubilee wine. Okay, and right here, Northern Quarters, we have some empty chambers. So let me get our orb. Let me try to put it over here so you can kind of see it. Reach in randomly. I'm going to pull one out. Okay, and remember that quest that we're on? Which one was it? The Chambers of the Corrupt, was it? Or was it the Evil Beneath? There's our level 2. So right there, that's, you know, we need to kill, our heroes need to kill 4 champion monsters. There's one of them. I'm going to reach back in. It'd be very convenient to pull out another one. And perfect. Okay, I'm glad this came up. We're going to place a crate in there, but remember, you need another token in there besides a crate. I'm going to reach back in. And my dogs are going crazy. And look, there we go. Hold on one moment. And I apologize for my 3 fetch hounds. As you know, I love dogs, but and I didn't want to redo the video because I'm glad that came up. So please forgive Caesar, YOLO, and Scooter. But I'm glad this one came up though. So remember, we had that crate in there. We pulled a level 2, which is very convenient because our heroes can get 2 of those level 2 champion monsters right within Northern Quarters. But you can see it's kind of a bonus now. So when they go in there, there's actually a crate in there that they could smash open. Glad that came up. All right, so let's just keep moving up. And right here, okay, we're in the War Room West, right here. We're gonna reach in to our magic orb, pull one out, and it is, another, that's great, that's right to the north. So here's another level 2 monster. So remember, once you have one of those, you know, other than a crate, you can just proceed on. And remember our pattern, we're gonna go over now to the war room east. Okay, set that down here. I'm going to reach back in. And I am randomly pulling these out. I am not looking now. And look at that. That's perfect. And what we put 6 level 2 champion monster tokens in there. So the heroes are going to have a very easy way, but sometimes, and it's kind of cool, they're going to be spread out all over the place. So we're going to finish up here with the last chamber. Reach in. Okay, perfect. Crate. What are we going to do? We're going to reach back in and we're going to get something other than a crate token. Pull one out, and I'm going to show you at the end if you have crate tokens left, okay? And look at that, another low. I swear I'm not looking at these. So another bonus, if they go in there and kill this level 2 champion monster, they have the benefit of smashing open a crate. Okay, I'm going to move the camera again and continue the seeding process. Okay, and just want to show you again, you probably already know the pattern, but we're going to come down here. Okay, and here we are in the runes of Hamvir, and we have 3 empty chambers. So let's populate them. We have our magic orb here. Reach in. Oh, there's a mystery chamber right there. Remember, we're going to leave that. So, you know, as you've probably already seen, if there's a crate, you're going to pull again. If it's something other than a crate, you're going to keep going. Next chamber here. Okay, there's a level 1 champion monster there. And then finally for this last one, and it is another level 1 monster. And my YOLO, my fetch hound, was about to go crazy. Okay, let's proceed on. There's only a few chambers left. Okay, and let's just continue with our pattern. Remember, we're going to come down. We're over here in Ogre's Lair West. And what was that? That was for, this is already populated. That is for the A Mother's Request. And we went over that in a video. We're going to shift over. Of course, there's tokens there set up. We're not going to populate that. Heroes Vigil, that's populated. Come right up. Champions Hall, that's populated. Halls of the Dead West is populated. And over here in Halls of the Dead East, that's populated. And that goes with, I was about to show you that quest for Crusaders of the Light with Father Jova. That's a neat little quest. So we're in our last section here, and we're just going to knock this out. Here's the Chapel of Light North. Then if we come down, here is the Chapel of Light South. So tell you what, I'm just going to set you right here. And this is really the last rule of seeding if you have crate tokens left. It's very simple, but you may want to homebrew this. So I have our orb here. I'm going to reach in. And we're going to pull out a monster token. Okay, there's that other level 2 champion monster token. We're going to place it in that chamber. Reach back in. And, okay, it's an empty chamber. Place that there. Now these are our last 2 left here. And then all the chambers are populated. And here is, okay, here's a crate. Remember, we're going to reach back in and pull one out. That is not a crate token. And, okay, mystery chamber. So you can look, that's pretty interesting. There's a crate in there. You want to smash it open, but you're going to have to go in and see what is in a mystery chamber. So finally, our last chamber here is going to be an empty chamber, and I believe the last token is a crate. Okay, and I like when those pop up because you can see it's an empty chamber, so it's kind of like a freebie. You can go in there and just smash open a crate. Okay, we're going to pull the camera back and wrap this up, but I hope that you enjoyed the seeding process, and you can see how it's always randomized every time. And like I said, I'm working on a free download. It's going to be a random dungeon generator mode, and it's going to be like kind of the seeding process 2.0. But I want to discuss something with you real quick. Sometimes you're going to have, and actually, you know what we do? We have a crate that is left. I'm glad that this is exactly what I'm going to talk about. What do you do? In the rules, it says to do this. Start from your last chamber here, and you're going to place it in there. However, you never put 2 crates in. You're going to look for a chamber that does not have a crate. So in the case here, yes, there's a crate here. We're not going to populate that there. We're not going to place that in there. There's one here. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to kind of backtrack. right here is that empty chamber. And so another freebie, we're going to place the crate token inside of there. And my friends, that is the seeding process. So remember, if you ever get to the end, and sometimes when I've played, I've had 3 crate tokens left. Simply backtrack and place those there. Or, this is Dungeon Crusade. I highly encourage you to house roll it. Maybe you want to number the chambers and roll a d12 or something, or a d20, and then randomly place it with a die. Whatever you want. It's not really a big deal. So the official way is backtrack, but get creative and number the chambers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth. Roll a die, and that's replace the crate tokens. That's acceptable way also. And you know what? I want to talk about the skull tokens and something in the pledge manager. So let me pull the camera back and show you these and describe what these are, and we'll wrap up the video. And actually, before we pull the camera back, I definitely want to talk to you about these skull tokens. And we talked about these a while back in a video, but definitely for the seeding process. And since we're going into printing, I want to let you guys know about these. There's a link for the pledge manager. You basically can order a punch board, and it's only $5. These are not included with the game. Okay, this was added in after. So what these are, the primary use for these is to mark your chambers so you have a good visual indication where there's some level 1 quests, level 2 quests, level 3 quests. The chambers that were seeded like during the seeding process, and chambers where you're going to have a quest where, like the one where we have to find the level 2 champion monsters. Let me just demonstrate this for you. And there's more of these tokens. I just grabbed a handful to show you. So green, and this goes right along with the quest table. Remember, there's the green, crystal, yellow, and red. For your level 1 quests, you're going to use the green ones. And these are actually, it really does kind of bling up your dungeon a little bit. So as an example, remember the Baron's Wine. The spider lair is a level 1 zone, a level 1 quadrant. So you can take your skull tokens here and just place them in the chambers, and that just gives you a visual reminder. Okay, so this is a level 1 zone right here. And then of course, whoops, sorry, I jostled that. And then of course, over here where they need to find the wine bottles, this is a level 1 quest area. You're just going to place those there, like so. So just to me, it makes the dungeon look more, appealing. I love blinging out my dungeon. So so on and so forth. With these, yellow is for level 2 quests, and I believe right over here, I think, or whether this was level 1. We're going to take a peek. Yeah, this was level 1. Actually, the Mother's Request right here, Chamber of Kings North, Chambers of Kings South. This is a level 2 zone. So you can just put these in here, and you can use these when you're actually setting up your quests. And that way, again, you just have a visual, indication. Okay, so if I put my heroes here, this is a level 2 zone. Right here is a level 1. And then finally, the red are level 3 quest. And I know for a fact the one over here, Crusaders of the Light, up here in Halls of the Dead, this is a level 3 zone. So that's what those are. And then lastly, the white ones are used for when you, like what we just did, for seeding the dungeon. So for example, like right here with the secret room, just gives you a visual indication of what that is right there. Right here, there's one. The level 4, the level 3 champion monster. Lastly, remember and again, why I wanted to show you this, remember the quest that we have to slay the level 2 champion monsters. Blue ones indicate that is a side quest, and there were chambers that were populated during the seeding process. So, since it's fresh in your mind, remember over here in Northern Quarters, they had a few here, over here, and there was one up here in the War Room, and a few others over here, and so on and so forth. So you can see now, when you do that, it just kind of lets you see wherever, like the lay of the land, so you know where your zones are at. And the last thing, the other reason for these is these are going to be used in the random dungeon generator mode that I'm creating. These tokens, I made these on my own, but there is a punch board that you can just download and get these and make them on your own, or you can just get the punch board. That's why we didn't want to jack the price up. It's only $5 for it, and you get a ton of these tokens. So, and actually the other ones are going to have a different side. It's going to be a swirly design like those champion monster tokens. So I definitely wanted to talk to you about the skull tokens here and what they're used for. Okay, so let's pull the camera back and wrap this up. Okay, everyone, and that wraps up this video on the side quests and the seeding process for Dungeon Crusade. And I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, I'm sorry about the error with my memory card, and we had to split this in two, but really hindsight's 2020. I'm glad that happened because we could just dedicate this part 2 to how to seed the dungeon and everything else we talked about. So if someone says, hey, what's the seeding process, we can just point them right here to the showcase series, to this particular video. Again, I think this came out really good. And lastly, now that you've seen all this, I hope that you are even more excited for the game. Just talking about it, I wish I could just play this game right now, truly. You have all these different types of quests and the kill and clear, and there's a few I didn't tell you about. I think I said this before, but maybe one of the guardians are going to have one of those keys that your heroes have to slay. And so there's a few other things that I'll just keep it a surprise for you. The next video I will have out tomorrow. It's Saturday right now, close to dinner time. And what we're going to do is I want to go over this unique scenario system with you. Like I said in part 1, very, very easy to understand. This is not complex, although it may look like that. It's truly not. And so we're just going to go over everything. You already know most of it, and we're just going to touch on that. Then the following video will definitely be the 5 phases that comprise a turn in Dungeon Crusade, which is the upkeep phase, the encounter phase, the guardian phase, the hero phase, the monster phase, back to the top of a turn. So some cool stuff on the horizon for all of us. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go have a pizza for dinner. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for your time and interest and excitement. And I will be talking to you soon in the next video. Okay, guys, stay safe and happy gaming. Talk to you in the next showcase video. Bye-bye.